はい。皆さん大変お待たせしておりまして申し訳ありません。ちょっと首が寝違えてるな。ちょっとすいません。一瞬ストレスしますね。ちょっとステルスをして、そして、ちょっと首をゴキッとします。はい、大変失礼しました。なぜ森スタートからかというと、スレイザープリンセス、7ギガのアップデート待ちをしております。はい。なので、まずご挨拶、めっちゃ寝起き声だ。なんか、すいません、本当に。本当、申し訳なかったです。まず待機いただいている方々の、お名前呼びからさせていただきますね。ワンコメくんおいで。ワンコメくんで、かぎちーさん、つばさん、松川しおんさん、あきとらさん、きなしさん、りょうさん、のもにさん、はりさん、ビュールさん、そしてはぎちーさん、ハッピーハロウィーン、ありがとうございます。スーパーチャット、ありがとうございます。本当に。そして、のもにさん、くん起きました。ありがとうございます。そして、社会狙いか。お待たせしてすみません。熱中しておりました。そして、ここからおはようなど、ジオさん、キナイさん、カリスさん、ウワさん、岡林さん、ビュールさん、社会狙いか。もう少々お待ちください。案件の話をね、あれ、引用をリツイートしないとダメだったので、あと、いろいろ準備をしてました。そして、翼さん、ゆっくり大丈夫ですよ。など、あれね、翼さん、木梨さん、ジオさん、カジさん、ありがとうございます。アルタガさん、大輝ありがとうございます。そして、コンライカーを、小坂しおんさん、翼さん、木梨さん、若林さん、ロボニーさん、おはよう。ありがとうございます。秋田さん、ビュールさん、アイイロタイガーさん、ジオさん、コンライカーさん、小石尾さん。アップデがでかいんですよね。今、でもアップデ終わりました。すいませんね。めっちゃ目覚ましはかけたんですけども、ぐっすりでした。いっぱい寝ちゃって、寝すぎて背中逆に痛いみたいな、までありますね。というわけで、ダイヤプリンセス起動。イベント、本当皆様のおかげで、4位入れました。本当に本当に、ありがとうございます。うん。なんか起動しないんだが。おめでとう。ありがとうございます。よかった、起動した。トレイザープリンセス、あれなんですよね。以前、起動しない前科があったので、ちょっと、置かないんですよね。というわけで、OK、OK。ラブストーリーの続きを見ていきましょうか。 良いおめでとうございます。ありがとうございます。前回のあらすじとしては、いろいろなストーリーを進みつつ、いろんな姫に出会いましたね。そしてなんか姫を回収するような流れになっておりましたね。すいません、ちょっと頭ぽやぽやしてるので少しカフェインを打ち込みます。カフェインとお喉の薬を。知らなかった、この演出。このゲームジャンプスケアが今まで一切なかったからちょっと油断しましたね、正直。ロードゲーム。
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
なんと聞いた一番最初のナレーションですね。黙って小屋に向かいましょうか。
You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. You're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
この中に入る。
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely
一周目からなんか勇者の声がいますね。
And the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. The blade is your implement.
刃物を一生持っていきましょうか。
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and
していく。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase.
今回はやる気満々。次回は殺す気なしって言ってみましょうかね。
The air feels heavy and damp. A hint her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
お店ありがとうございます。
Dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
あれだけですね。配信開始ポスト忘れてましたね。引用リツイート。重ね重ね、ロボニーさん、ありがとうございます。よいしょ。よいしょ。うん。そしてこれあれですね。矢印アイコンがナイフを持つ手になってて、いいですね。そのまま階段を降りる。 ガン無視で殺しに行ってみましょう。
Downstairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the...
She's so coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward,
前に踏み出
your
る。
grip on the blade tightening as you steel your resolve.
決意を決めるんだ。
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed. If you hesitate now, it'll be too late.
一応忠告はしてくれるんですね。
I'm positive. I'm not.
確
But
信
we'll
ある
keep
んだ。
our eyes peeled. If she has a weapon, she'll have to draw it before she can use it.
Hesitating? Why don't you drop the knife and the two of us can be civilized with each other?
それを倒す
You。charge the princess, blade in hand, but unfortunately your earlier suspicions proved correct. A blade of her own slips down her sleeve and catches you in the neck. Blood sprays from the
もっ
cut.
と丸腰じゃないじゃん。
Painting the princess with strokes of red. You'd better finish your task quickly before you run out of time.
騙された。使命を果たす。
With the
お
last bit of your will, you press forward, sinking the blade deep into the princess's heart.
拳銃だ。
Oh,
The two of you collapse on the floor together, rapidly bleeding out.
somehow, I thought this would turn out a little differently. But I wonder, do you really think that this was enough to stop me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die.
But you don't have time to worry over such things. Everything goes dark, and you die.
なんて言うて。刃の乙女。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to... I can assure you that you didn't slay her and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time.
ナレーターは基本的にや
If
っ
he
ぱ
doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
This whole thing's a crock
Uh,
of shit.
the horns
She's just going
look
to pull a knife out of nowhere and
Out
stab
of
us
the-
again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry about that. The princess is unarmed.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. When we asked you if you were sure she didn't have a weapon on her, you said you were positive she didn't. But it turns out she did, because when we charged her, she started stabbing us to death.
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons. So there's no reason to fear her. You were made for this job. You'll do just fine.
すみません。ノーホーズをグラスください。ノーホーズそのままでいいんだ。再現のないことや、締まりがなく何をするかわからないこと。おう。なかなか難しい日本語ですね。確かに拳の方が強かったですね。なんか相打ちはちょっと少なめでしたからね。
Those are two very different questions. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me. We did exactly what you said. Sounds to me like you probably had some kind of elaborate nightmare, in which case I shouldn't be held accountable for what supposedly happened. But congratulations, you've been given a chance to actually do this right. And I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed the princess stabbed us, and now everyone's right back to where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? Had you failed to slay the princess, what would have happened to everyone in the place you left?
Screw this. Who cares what happened to everyone else? She's
あ、
not
じゃあ
going
フェア
to
じゃ
play
ない。
fair, so we should do
俺
what
たちの何
we
が
can
先
to
だ。
save
さっさ
ourselves
と逃げようぜ。
and get out of here. At least you know not to trust her, but you do
逃
realize
げ
that everything and everyone
一
includes
旦逃
you,
げようと
right?
して出
If you
血な
turn
く行っ
around and
て
leave, you're dooming yourself as well as
愛
everyone
を示
else.
しましょうか。
She
ラ
just
ブを
caught us by surprise last time. She can't do that twice. So long as we're careful, we can win this.
慎重に行動する。
Just keep that stiff upper lip, and you'll save the world in no
それもあ
time.
りだな。まだちょっとプリンセスに話しましょ
Just
う。
be quick about it.
失礼これ。
Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to
話を
her,
聞かなかっ
trust her, just go in.
た。話しかけなかったもん。
Oh, and don't get stabbed while you're at it.
以上だ。
Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting.
立ち去
You
る。
have already committed to my completion.
プリンセス
You
だ。
cannot go further astray.
強制イベント。
A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
He couldn't be more on the money. But we're really doing this, aren't we? I'd say you're lost, but I'm stuck here with you.
We know what to look out for this time. We know to be careful. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
ちょっと顔の向いてる向きが気に食わないのでこっち側に移動しました。あとマウスを動かすと地味にこれなんか一枚絵じゃないっていうか複数枚でなんか描かれて奥行きを出してるのすごいですね。ちょっとこういうの好きですよ。小屋の中に入る。あとこのゲーム地味にコントローラー対応です。
The interior of the cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards. Their splintered edges as uninviting as shattered
ちょっ
glass.
と見えてはいけ
The
ないものが
only
見れ
furniture
る。
of note is a pointed table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
これ全体が
Very
違っている。
different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means you'll finally drop that ridiculous past life nonsense. You haven't died, and you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
鏡を無視するのも選択肢の一つにありそうだしな。でこのまま
Are we really
This
doing
is
this
it.
without a weapon?
行きます
You。know she has one, right?
Once again, I'd like to remind you that she's unarmed. But you're right, this would be a lot easier if you had the blade. I hope you know what you're doing.
鏡消えた。
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been stairs. The
You pressed
fractured
it.
slats look as if they've been torn from their source and violently jammed into the wall. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood. And you can hear what sounds like the rhythmic scraping of metal coming from down below. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor.
That's
あ、しまっ
It
た。
could be anything. It's probably just her chains dragging across the floor. I am begging you to get out of your head.
なんか鎖を引きずってる
Her
って
grating
言ってる
voice
男は
carries up the
大
stairs.
ナタを
I
持っ
hope
て
you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here
近寄ってきて
forever.
る音に聞こえるんですけ
There
ど
is something so wrong with that voice.
Yeah, she thinks she's better than us, like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the
後ろに向け
princess
てい
comes
る。
into view, her sharp eyes following you from across the room. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody! Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us, but she can't hide that threatening edge to her voice. She just wants us to get close, to let our guard down. Exactly. She sounds threatening because her mask is already slipping. She knows why you're here.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
めっちゃなんか持ってそうですよね。めっちゃ選択肢がある。ではまずオプション。オプション。まず誰も知る必要はない。
Of course not. At least not now, because you're here to save me. But you'll have to come
汗かいてる。
I have absolutely zero doubts that she
目を
is
そら
going
して
to
汗かいてる。
stab us if we get close to her.
She certainly feels threatening. Just because she's acting like she's going to stab you doesn't mean she has the means to actually do
先にこれは彼女の心をほぐさないと
To
いけません
quickly
ね。
arm himself, you do. So stop second guessing yourself, go upstairs, take the blade, and do your job.
But I'm nervous.
All the more reason to jump into the deep end and deal with her right now before you waste any more time getting stuck in your head.
前回何が起きたか覚えてる。
Last time,
前回ですね。
somebody came into my house and tried to kill me, and I cut his neck open, and then he stabbed me in the heart, and we both died looking in each other's eyes. Well, surely I would remember that. But I
覚えてるじゃ
don't
ん。
remember it, so it must not have happened.
There you go again, talking up delusions about a past life experience that clearly didn't
ね
happen. Ugh, it's like the two of you are
テスは
working together on this. Aren't you listening to her? She's obviously lying
ちゃん
through
と
her
前世
teeth.
の記憶があるんですね。
Terrible at spotting lies, and even I can tell something's up here. We can't be the only ones that looped back to the start. Someone else has to remember, right?
Yes, something is obviously up, and we can all tell that she's lying. The thing she's lying about is how dangerous she is, not dimension hopping or time travel or whatever it is you think you're doing.
ナレーターは意地でもなんか、2回目の、これは2回目だっていうことを、嘘だって思ってますね。すがすがしいですね。そうだ。まさに前回起きたことは覚えてるってことじゃないか。
Would I just
あ、
lie?
細かく顔が変わるのいいっ
Just
すね。
lie to your face and tell you a thing I remembered happening didn't happen just so I could stab you again? I mean, just so I could stab you for the first time.
Aha! She slipped up there. She said again, and her taking it back doesn't count. Do you hear how deranged you sound right now? Please stop dawdling. This is only going to end with violence. Postponing the inevitable is only going to make it worse for you when it actually happens.
ナイフを捨てて。
A knife? What are you talking about? I don't have a knife. Where would I keep a knife?
後ろ手にしてる
And
手だよ。
why would I stab you to death? I don't know you. You haven't given me a reason to stab you to death. It would be so silly of me to cut you open and look at your insides.
Okay, I could have sworn we didn't mention stabbing anyone to death. Sounds like she's really out for blood. Fortunately for you, she isn't armed.
鍵は持ってないんだ。
Oh, you don't. Okay, I see. I have an idea. You should come over here and stare directly at the chains. You won't be able to find a key if you don't know what it's supposed to look like, so you better come right within close
なんか
staring
何とも言えない
distance
顔してま
just
す
to
ね。
be sure.
How many more times does she have to vaguely threaten you before you finally decide you're ready to deal with her?
We're clearly still figuring out our angle. We don't have the luxury of watching this from a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you think I'm in a position of luxury right now? You're acting like you are. My entire world is at risk.
ナレーターの存在に危険が及
With
ぶ
a little more humility, a bit of self-deprecation would go a long way. No, I have my dignity. Fine, and will continue to treat you exactly how you deserve to be treated.
ナレーターも、この操作している彼の一部なのかな。一番上、かなり難しいことを言いますね。
It would be so much easier to prove that I do have a sharp object. I could just show it to you.
そうだ、あくまで証明
So
だ
I。can't.
でもでも手
Smiles
を
as。she pulls her hands from behind her back.
おう。
But look at this. Hands. Hands that don't have anything in them to stab you with.
あとは来るとちょっと待ってくれない
Smile
か。
stretches into an even wider
ドレスの袖をめぐ
grin
っ
as she
た。
shakes
お
her
う。
sleeves.
And empty sleeves, too. Look at how few stabbing implements I have. It's practically zero.
ナレーターに危険が別にいいのでは。まあそうですね。ナレーターだけなんか勝手に死んでくれるのがちょっとありがたい。秘密の隠し場所があるんじゃないか。
I've shown you all of my hiding spots. What kind of princess do you think I am? I would never hide something sharp somewhere secret.
私は仮にもプリンセスよっ
Wait,
て。
that sounds like I'm lying, but I'm actually not. My secret zones are for me only. They have nothing to do with you or my intention to not stab you to death the second you get close to me.
Her smile drops for a moment, her expression sharp and flat.
I assure you, there's nothing hidden there.
赤文字で断言してる
Trying to believe her on
ずっと
that
赤い
one.
けど。
She seems serious. Of course, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have something hidden somewhere. We know for a fact she's armed.
でも、そろそろ近づくか。もういいでしょう。分かった、いいだろう。身を自由にしてあげる。変な真似するなよ。
Of course I won't.
Of course I won't!
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to within arm's reach of the princess. I don't like the way you said within arm's reach. You hear the horrible sound of metal slicing through meat.
この野郎
Whose meat? Not ours, right? Hers, at first. Then yours. Your neck, specifically.
ナレーター
Really?
Hehe.
ちょっと
You collapse to the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to
どう
focus
や
on
って
that
隠し持ったの
bloody blade and the limp sack of flesh that was once her arm.
違う。腕が変形してる。
And with a quick jerk of her elbow, she does just that. Everything goes dark, and you die.
かなり歩み寄ったのに。No way out. 逃げ道なし。
You're on a path in the woods. No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this over and over and over again, we're not starting in that goddamn woods every time. We're starting in the fucking cabin. You're what? The interior of the cabin is sharp.
なんか寄生獣みたいにね変化してます
Sheet
ね。
metal pushing you towards. Wait, excuse me? What just happened? What did you just do?
I feel dizzy.
Oh ho ho ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that interesting? Who holds the
今
cards
回は誰か増え
now?
るかな。
Who cares about
天の
cards?
弱。
You're all acting like this is about winning and losing, while this is actually about having fun.
Is this fun?
確かに刃の乙女は
It's
ド
not
直球
fun
でした
for
ね。
me. I don't like being sliced to pieces.
Great.
あれ
So obviously you've
負け
already
犬も
been
ついてきて
here.
る。
How many times?
This is our third?
No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is damned to destruction, right? That can't be right. That's too much responsibility.
I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single person, let alone the fate of the world.
Let's just stay focused, shall we? The only furniture of note is a bent metal table. A pristine blade perched. We take it. Okay,
あ、勝手に持ってかれた。
blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. it would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. And then we throw it out the window.
Oh.
What? That blade is the only edge we have.
勝手に投げた。
Not too late, because we already did it, didn't we? Fortunately for the rest of you,
手遅れですって翻訳いい
and
な。
for the sake of the world, yes. That is horribly unfair. He shouldn't be allowed to just do things like that. You were the one who made us pick it up. See? You're not the only one who can figure out how to do things. What's done is done. I suggest you make
勇
the best
者
of
の
it.
ホーツ天の弱負け犬
So that I'm just going to sit
ナ
here
レー
quietly
ター
in the corner.
5人が喋ってる
Wants to figure out what to do.
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going to head to the basement like you're supposed to? I'd love to get started just as much as you would, but how are we supposed to get down there? You walk through the door. You do know what doors are, right? There isn't a door, there's just that mirror. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't even see reality anymore.
椅子高いですね
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You really must think you're looking at a mirror. Well, it doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open it. Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what...
失礼飛ばしちゃったので鏡から目をそらして動かそう僕たちの姿は見たくない犬も死んでるんだからきっとひどいことになってるそして、とにかく取っ手を探して、開けよう俺たちの姿がどうだろうと関係ないねそれよりの忌々しい仕事を早く終わらせたいんだ鏡を拭いてきれいにするしかない
You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
そして鏡はなくなる
And the mirror's gone. How surprising. I can't say I was particularly invested in looking at it before, but now I really want to see what's in it. If it's so keen on hiding from us, whatever it has must be real good. Guess it's time for us to see her again. Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
今回は素手なの
You
で
step forward,
おお
but you don't get a chance to linger on the basement stairs. They are smooth and flat and metallic, an unintentional and unfortunately slippery ramp that quickly sends you skittering to the bottom.
まさかの滑り台
As your body tumbles onto the basement landing, the form of the princess comes into view, wryly smiling at you from a distance.
Hi, it looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. And you still don't have a weapon. That's funny! That's a joke! I'm going to kill you now.
殺すわね
Yes,
宣言された
extremely silly of whoever did that. Probably a bad idea.
That was you. I know, I'm just trying to add some levity to this. Well, since all of this was your idea, how about you figure out how to get us out of it? Oh, guys like us don't get to make any decisions.
滑り
You
道
should
だから
know
それこそ
that.
逃げ道なしですよ
I
ね
decided to pick up that blade, and you decided to throw it out the window.
This is why we've already lost. Can't even stop bickering with ourselves. How are we supposed to beat her without a weapon? She's so sharp.
確かに展開早い
Your
うわ
internal bickering is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with
て
her
かもう
blood,
フリーじゃん
empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. The
鎖から
chain
離された
falls to the floor.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Alright, I'm out of ideas. What we doing?
?これはなんか良くない気する。その間にも賛成できない。くどく
Now that is an interesting move. Interesting? It's disgusting. No, don't try romancing the
ラブ
princess.
ストーリ
She
ーだ
wants
か
to
ら。
kill you. She's going to end the world if you don't stop her.
Yeah, do we have to flirt with the murderous monster? Of course we do. I'm into it. The one making the decisions is into it. Are you not?
I don't think so. I don't know.
I could go either way, honestly.
She doesn't want us.
You're just saying that because you want her to be into you.
I know. I thought I was being obvious.
エミリー・ハルさん、これからありがとうございます。さて、どうやって口説きましょうか。色目を使う。男がどうやって色目を使うの？まずはこれだ。僕を殺したいんだろうけど、君がどんなに美しいか、誰かに言われたことある？
A
喜んでる。
flushes in the princess's cheeks, and a wide grin cuts across her face.
You're the only person I know, so that's a first. You're sweet. I like you. You're also gorgeous.
Oh, be damned! This is actually going to work, isn't it?
Still gonna kill you though.
でもね、それでもあなたを殺しちゃう。ああ、怖っ。
At least she likes us. I've never been liked before.
Blush still glowing in her cheeks, the princess closes the distance between you and skewers you. Ow.
いたたんじゃないんだよ。
What worthwhile romance doesn't hurt at least a little bit? What
あ、
matters
騎士の声が増えた。
she likes us. She's even said as much. Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die? Nah, we'd know if we died. Right? You're on a... No, you're in a... Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead. And that's all we'll ever be. Dead, 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 dead.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died a second ago, but right now we're
カリ
extremely...
兄さん、こんばんは。
not
ありがとうございます。
This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? I don't actually know how to answer that question.
刺されて
He means how many times
繰り返しが
you've died. Yes, that.
姫の前で直接
Oh,
行われ
I've
た
lost count, to be honest.
I
What?
haven't. It's 4.
No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many we can stack. There's got to be a point where it makes us better than her. We'll win her heart eventually.
Come on, show me something new.
Come on. こう、どれがいいかな。戦わない。強さを称賛する。慣れしされた。今回も僕です。君は再び彼女に殺された。何度も何度も。
Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. Well, there's more of us. Let's see if that helps. We just have to hit her harder.
ああ、増えてる。
Skewers you. More noise isn't helping. It's just making it harder to focus. Just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. She
獣の
skewers you.
声。
What's the point of avoiding me if you're not going to fight?
It doesn't matter how many times this takes, we can't give up. We don't even have a weapon. Yeah, some clod threw it out the window. Again, that was you. No, I was just the clod who suggested it.
無限
And if
殺され
I
編
knew
が
we'd be stuck here
始まり
forever,
ましたね。
I wouldn't have done that. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We lasted a little longer. Barely. She's going to kill this body either way. So stop feeling what it feels.
冷血感の声も出た。
Skewers you.
Ooh, not bad. Real tough.
We're getting close to something, can't you feel it? One last time.
Fine. One last time.
あ、ラストタイム。
None of this is working.
足元がなんかよくわかんない。はい。牙なのかどうなのかもうわかんない。
And then everything goes dark, and you die.
空のコップ。
Your Honor, don't lose
みん
your
な
head.
冷静になれ。
Take it from here. No steel claw, though. Was tossing it the only thing we've done that was permanent? That's a sick joke, universe. A sick, sick joke. If it's gone for good, then maybe we never actually needed it. That's what I've been telling you all. We can do this without it. We're tougher than steel. Yeah, mind over matter.
妄想郷の声。
Who needs
医師の声。
When you have love.
あ、いただ、
Who needs
声が。
love when you've mastered yourself.
Who needs anything when we don't matter?
Well, boys, are we ready? There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things, and we'll stick to doing them.
ナレーション増えてることは分かってる
Leave
し、
it to the pros.
Narrator,
今
we heroically
何度本気だって見ま
stride
した
through
ね
the。door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It's more of a slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along.
Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs? Or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care. Just want to see how this ends. Fine. Make your way to the basement, where the princess awaits you.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that.
姫のすぐ目の
I
前で
had
復活した
something
んだ。
ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it? I'm not going to wait for an answer. I'm just going to show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait. And not for
Same
very
here.
long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does?
ナレーターが仕事放棄してる。
Oh, do you want me to talk now? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. I want to hear about the new thing. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
The
What?
princess's skin twists, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. And then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
変身が痛々
Are
し
you
い。
ready for what comes next?
Holy shit!
カツラナさん
Gorgeous.
も、もが。
Absolutely divine. Yes, behold the perfect
何か喜んでる。
Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. I'd say we bow down to her right now if that had ever even slightly worked for us.
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget it.
そうですね。うるさい。心を無にする。
What just happened? It's so quiet.
彼もだ。
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
ふう。おや。君の姿だが襲いかかられているのは君ではなかった。
This worked before. I was able to make you dead before.
彼女を預かった。今回何かあった。いや、何かは彼女だった。自分の腕が悪者だ。じゃあ、訳がわからないというふうに恐怖で歪んだ表情で見下ろしている。
Did you do that? It's funny if you did. You're nothing. You've done nothing to me, and I've done so much to you, and that's who we are. But it's like you're nothing now. You can't be nothing. If you're nothing, then what am I? Am I nothing too? No, I'm the one who hurts you.
彼女はケーキに投資した。だが、インフレットの瞬間、金属製の体は外側に折れ曲がった。ああ、早いよ。みんなの金属は、小さくて繊細な何か発見を手に入れるうちだ。心臓だ。手のひらの中で穏やかにうごめいている。あ、持ってかれた。そして相変わらずなんか獣人っぽい主人公の手。がなければ記憶は戻る。今回、姫に勝てましたね。自分の姿を見つめる。あなたは白骨化している。再び永遠の後ろにいると気づく。君は小屋にいる。彼女に近づく。あ、久々に来ましたね。うん。あそこに戻ったら僕は一人じゃないたくさんの声が僕に話しかけてくる。ほとんどが僕自身だが、それだけ違う奴がいる。ナレーターだ。僕は彼に君を殺してほしいと頼まれた。ナレーターはそこにいるのか。器が彼を連れてきてこなかったか。
No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond?
あなたの、ナレーターは外の世界の人だと思うか？殺すつもりか？ナレーターをどうしたいか？まあ、わからないけど。
There's no need for you to know what you are going to do before you do it. If you find him,Remember that I'll be waiting for you on the other side.
向こう側で待っている。僕ら実在しているのか？
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
この器についてどう思う？
This one is a single-minded
一途な刃。
She is cruelty, but she is also joy. She will make for a piercing heart.
喜びも含めている。
Do not mourn her. She is exactly where she needs to be.
あ、ちゃんと死んだんだ。プリンセス。へえ。あといくつ？これが知りたい。これは知りたい。あといくつ器を持ってくればいいんだ？あと一つ。何を持ってこいと十分。エンディングが近いですね、じゃあ。でもこれマルチエンディングなんですよね。君が覚醒したら何が起こるか知っているのかい
？If I did, I would already
それをしてすでに覚醒してる。そこに人はいると思うのかい？
It doesn't matter if there are. People are too small for us. You and I are the only things that interest me.
これが最後なら最後に僕に持ってきてほしいものはあるかい？
These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart.The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn.
これオプションとはなってるけれども、なんか、実質に逆になっちゃってるような気もするな。でも、
You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time.
ま
I'll
あ、
wait with you.
日が変わるまでずっと待つよ。永遠には待てない。あそこへ戻るよ。
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are.
あ、や
I
っ
will
と、
be here, waiting for you.
彼こと自分自身についても、ああ。勇者とプリンセス。
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cat. You're here to sleep.
なるほど。何をすべきか教えてみて。ありがとう。
Don't mention it. It's all part of the job. You make your way up
今回どうしよう
the
か
short
な。
path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save Prince. Ignore him.
愛情、愛情、
The
殺意、
interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is
愛
stale
情
and
にしよう
musky,
かな。
and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right.
刃物は持っていくけど刺さない。愛情
You
で
take
す。
the blade from the table. The door to the basement creaks open. Her voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost.
Don't let it fool you.
Oh, it's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was starting to think they'd forgotten about me.
世界がリセットされて、さすがにプリンセスも覚え
You
てられ
walk
ないみたいですね。
downstairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
She's so coldly beautiful.
Focus on the task at
And there you are. Are you here to
What's
kill
the
me
further?
or something?
え、まさか、なんでそんなことを？
That giant knife you're holding kind of gives it away, doesn't it?
The blade. Of course she doesn't want to talk. Who'd want to have a conversation at knife point? We should drop it.
Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to her. Maybe she really is a monster. But killing someone in cold blood isn't very becoming of
勇者
us.
の声にかなり従う感じになりますね。出ます。
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands and drops to the floor with an unceremonious clack.
Thank you. Maybe now we can just talk.
Against your better judgment, you step forward to speak with the princess face to face, unarmed.
We'll be fine.
I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with her. Just make sure you don't forget about the blade on the floor.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
うん。これどう言ってるのか。
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
どうやったら告発するんだ？あ、まず名前を伺うのは大切。
She hesitates before answering.
なんで？
You can address me as Your Royal Highness, or Her Majesty. Any honorific should do, really.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
どうやったら連れ出せるんだ？
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I...
think
あれ
she's
これもしかしたら
just
なんか一番最初にやった選択肢かもし
she
れない。
is. I'm sure of it.
どうだったかな、忘れちゃった。一番最初投げたっけ、刃物。今からここにいる？
Too long.
Again, she offers no specifics. No matter how hard you try, you'll never get a straight answer out of her.
Do you?
Do you?
So, you're not going to share? How pointless. If you want to talk, I'll talk. But this isn't talking.
もうおしゃべりは十分でしかない。
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here.
閉じ込めておくっていう選択肢取るのか。鎖を調べる。最後に襲いかかって捨て殺されたいの。なるほど。ありがとうございます。マジで、直近というか、なんか、記憶がどんどん、なんか、おぼろげになっていってる、自分の。
Oh, you have to be kidding me.
Kidding me.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug.
ちょっと嬉しそうな
They're
顔し
large
ます
and
ね。
heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
でもそう言われるとドア
Whoever
が
locked
閉まっ
the
た気が
princess
する。
away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her.
That would be fine. I can lose an arm.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. Anything to finally be free.
脱出するなら何でもする的な。
You attempt to make your way out
やっ
of
ぱ
the
ドア閉ま
basement,
った。
but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You make your way back to the bottom of the
戻りま
stairs.
した。
This would have been so much easier if you'd simply slay. Easier for who?
また
Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam.
待って。
で
みんな？
The knife. Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like what happens if you do that.
なんか、スクーが選択済みになってるので、なんか倒す方が新しい選択肢あるよみたいな雰囲気を出しているので、どうしよう。倒してみるか。
Without hesitation, you bring the blade down. The princess flinches as you strike and your weapon sinks into her shoulder.
ちょっと無抵抗の相手にこれは痛々しいかも。
Bastard.
エロ。
If I have to kill you to leave this place, I'll do it.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's unarmed and there's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you raise your blade to strike again, she kicks out, knocking your legs out from under you. The two of you struggle on the ground. You lash out with the blade, slicing wherever you can. Her fists connect with your body again and again, each blow stronger than the last, shattering
骨を砕き肉体を破壊していく。やっぱ強い。
Forget trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got.
プリンセスを倒す。
You roll out of her grasp and shakily push yourself back to your feet. Though every inch of you is in pain, the princess probably has it worse. Blood pours out from countless gashes, staining her once pristine dress.
かなり武闘
She
派ですね。
pauses for a moment, catching her breath, staring at you with wild eyes. We can still turn this around.
ここはなんか選択肢が増えた感じ。
The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop
でも
you
ドア
from
閉まって
getting
る
out
け
of
ど。
here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is, she's so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up
Ah, I
the
did it.
stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier.
プリンセスが自主的に出てくるってあるのか
The
な？
far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side.
骨とかも砕けてますしね。
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door I'll hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece
絶対に許さない。
piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Ah. これかな。怖いピッ。お前が何者なのかは知らない。でもプリンセスなんかじゃない。思う存分体力を無駄に使えばいいさ。待ってってやるよ。
I wouldn't be so sure about outlasting me. You're so brittle. So go ahead, rest. Do whatever you think will help you be prepared. But know that I'm coming for you, and that when I find you, I will make you hurt.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar. It's not broken, and the table shoved.
テーブル意味なかった。そっち向きなら。
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs.
そうですね。普通に自力で出てき
You
ました
lie
ね。
prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer,
Oh.
one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame.
かなりホラー顔してますね。
Get out of here. We could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs
っていうかなんか
stop drawing in
点滅するのも相まって
and
亡
your
霊みたい。
heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry. But it is. Everything goes dark.
なんで一
You
瞬、
die.
ナレーター、あら残念ねって。こういう結末の。今のは翻訳ミスなのか、ナレーターが本当はプリンセス
And in the basement of
な
the
のか、
cabin
ちょっと難しいとこですよ。
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
そしてごめんなさい、ちょっとお手洗い行ってきますね。よいしょ。急にあら残念ねって言われてびっくりしちゃった。よいしょ、ステルス。スティーブン、すいませんね。よいしょ。すいません、お待たせしました。トイレが近い系、VTuber、鹿金ライカです。そして、一回なんかもう、今回の殺し、ちょっと整理しましょう。一回基本的に敵を向けると、プリンセスはそれをずっと覚えていて、なんか無理な気がする。妄想郷の声だけになってる。
I think you'll find yourselves very hard pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met.
お金つありがとうございま
I'd rather
す。
not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save after all.
だからこれはただのデジャブじゃない。間違いない。これは全部文字通り今起きたことだ。
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
前回の殺され方があれですね、亡霊みたいって言いましたけど、本当に、貞子みたいに心臓麻痺で殺してきたっぽいですね。なんかナレーターの説明にもよると、あと数秒で止まるっていう。僕が真実を話していて、この全てが実際に起こったことと仮定しよう。なぜあんたの話を聞かないといけない？なぜ僕がわざわざ何かをしないといけないんだ？
Those are two very different questions, but fine, I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. If you're back here, I'm assuming you died, which probably only happened because you didn't
話は
listen.
聞きましたね。
We listened to you all
相
right.
手ちゃんと言うこと
Worst
聞いて
decision of our incredibly short life. We tried to slay her, we really did, but she was gonna kill us. It was either lock her in the basement or let her finish beating us to death.
殴り越せ
Well
る。
then, congratulations. You've been given
あと
another
細かい
chance
選
to
択肢を覚えて
actually
る。
do this right. And your solution is to send us back in there. Do you want us to slay the princess, or do you want the princess to slay us? Obviously, I want you to slay her. One of you poses a threat to the
Slay
world,
her.
and the other doesn't. Anyways, I believe your other question was something along the lines of, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We were killed by the princess, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Speak for yourself. From my perspective, there were plenty of consequences. I'm never going to forget the way she just made us stop working. And that's only scratching the surface. If what you said is true, it begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or have you found yourself in another world altogether? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
今回どういう風に接しましょうか。
She brought an end to everything and everyone.
アンケート
How
ちゃう
are
か
we
な。
supposed to stop her? What do you want from us? I want you to succeed. You'll find a way. You're the only one who can. まだ多分選択には間があるので、ちょっとアンケートです。このプリンセスに、そう。Just be quick about it. 彼女の近くにいるだけで手足や臓器がいかれてしまう。そうなりましたね。Like I said, if she killed you, it was probably because you didn't listen to me. Don't talk to her, don't trust her, just go in, do your job, and save the world. じゃあただのプリンセスに過ぎないだ。よくそんなこと言えるもの。どう見ても、前回のあんたの言葉を引用すると、彼女はただのプリンセスに過ぎないんだ。よくそんなことが言えるな。どう見てもやばいやつじゃないか。She is just a princess.Whatever you think happened to you last time, just get it out of your head before you get to the cabin, and you'll be fine. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail will just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. If you want us to stand a chance against her, we need to be armed with information. What is she really capable of? How are we supposed to stop her?Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. He isn't telling us everything he knows because he doesn't trust us, which means that we can't trust him. Stop talking yourself in neurotic circles and just get to the cabin already. Already. You should do anything but that. We know what's waiting for us in that basement.People locked her in that basement. But I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. 人々がプリンスを閉じ込めたなら、なぜ彼はこれ前聞いたんだよな。Look, I'm not supposed to say this, but it's because you're special. You're special. You're the only person capable of doing this. Call it a prophecy.If that helps. It's just the way things are.
くしゃっとされてお
You
ります。
can't just goad us into doing something by calling us special. It's manipulative. Why are you trying to
あ、ご
manipulate
プレスユームありがとうございます。
I don't know, I kinda like being special. Okay, fine. Maybe you can goad him into doing something, but he's not even the one who makes the decisions here.
今月も生き残る。あ、
Goading you
もう
into
11月
doing
1日になって
anything.
ますもんね。
Already know the princess is dangerous. All I'm trying to say is that you have to be the one to deal with her. I know it doesn't seem fair, but that's just the way it is. And for what it's worth, I know you have it in you to finish the job. We don't. You saw what happened to us last time. We need to leave.
以上だ。
Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
じゃあ、厳しさ返してさる。
You have already committed to my
あ
completion.
加担しているって言われちゃった。もうなんか、
Warning.
プリンセスからのなんか、ヘイトが高いイメージがある。
She will cheat, and she will do everything. I don't think lying and cheating is her thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone.
中に入ります。そしてアンケートの結果、
The interior of the cabin is
アン
plain.
ケートを終了
The
しま
smooth
す。
wood of the walls almost featureless.
というわけ
The
で、
only
愛情を持
furniture
って
of
接
note
する。
is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between
に
you
票を
and
いただい
people
たので、愛情を持って接
fighting
しま
in
す。
basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time.
間違えた。
It's just an empty frame. She's already got now, hasn't she?
刃物は、まあ、今回は持っていかない。まず鏡。
You walk up to the wall next to the empty basement door. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. Or at least it'll be a mirror once we wipe off that layer of grime. You reach forward and rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous you look right now. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad.
ナレーターが消してる説は確かに考えてなかったな。
Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right?
窓に彼女が
Knows
映っ
that
て
we're
る。
here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died. You certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this.
なんかうっすら見えます？あ、本当だ。左の方にうっすらいる。右の方にもいた。主人公のお手手とか腕良すぎる。もう我々の界隈だよね。いい感じのデザインですよね。
We should have taken the knife again. I don't think she's going to take an olive branch. We need something sharper.
ナイフは持っていかない。
You cross over
Wow.
the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness.
あとプリンセスの命らしきものがすごいなんかところにありますね。
More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood.
空気が稲妻か電流が含まれているような感じがする。
doing her a favor.
よっぽどですね。
Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
ダメだ、ヘイトがマックスになって
Okay,
る。
we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us.
彼女と話してみる。
Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good. Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you
Oh, yeah.
find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways.
なんかあらゆる
What
ところに
seems
目
to
があり
be
ま
the
す
end
ね
of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed. Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is? No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you. Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at
Yeah,
like it's
isn't
an
he?
ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again. Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter. Because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Find you. まず右へ行ってみよ
You turn to the right. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
う。何道が
There you
あ
are.
うわ
Told you I
不気味
was going to find you.
見つけた。
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly
あ、でもなん
go
か
numb.
全身
Your arms quickly follow.
現れるとなんかあんまり怖くなかったけど
No little knife.
亡
this
霊モードにな
time.
ってる。
It's almost like you want me to get you.
There has to be a way out of this. Think. Think! What did you do? Pull yourself together. She isn't supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts
Ah.
out as your blood begins to coagulate. It's as if every part of your being is coming to a lurching halt. Heart. Lungs. Your lungs pull in a desperate gulp of air as your eyes shoot back open.
びっくりした。
What are you doing?
ナレーションの途中で攻撃されてた。
I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want... And then experience stops once more as your body reapproaches death. Okay, whatever you were doing, please just start doing it again. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
そうですね。まあまあ可愛らしさがあ
5
りますね。
seconds left. Yes, I'm sure. Heart. Lungs. Again, your eyes shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us.
後ろで頑張って
Why? The
妄想
why
狂が
doesn't
頑張っ
matter.
て
She's
唱えてる。
already proven her ill intent. Don't lose sight of your mission. And how are we supposed to do that? We don't have a weapon. The way out of here is nowhere to be seen.
never.
That isn't my fault. It doesn't matter whose fault it is because fighting her isn't an option right now. Then you should get looking, shouldn't you? Liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
僕たちが憎み合う必要はないが、協力しちゃおうじゃないか。お待ちになってもいい。
nerves, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
まずはこのオプションからいきましょう。
Would you look at that? You're suggesting exactly what I want. Somebody's ahead of
ちょ
the
っと好
curve.
感度上がったお届けし
I
た。
tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body out with me, and then... Well, you died before I could get to the door. And then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I can leave without you. And dead doesn't count. And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little
たくさんこんな
creature
かありがとうございま
forever.
す。
I want to leave.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs.
Because
because I don't want
殺したくないからできるけどやりたくない。おう。
Look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck. It feels like static. And then... Shit, make her stop! Hey, snap out of it.
返しろ。
Okay, deep breath. Deep breath. We're
ディ
fine.
ープです。
Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, your back. Lungs, liver, nerves.
Ah,
Lungs,
and there's the fear.
heart, lungs. She pulls away. Nerves, heart,
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart,
nerves,
heart,
肺を英語でなんて言うかわかんないから、肺だけ聞き取れない。
nerves, heart, lungs,
よし。
nerves, heart, lungs, liver,
オプション全部試せるのかな？
liver, nerves,
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you?
lungs, liver.
And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me.
Lungs, liver,
You seem miserable.
liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves,
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free. Don't worry, I'll make sure to take good care of you.
おう。
I promise.
ラブだ。
lungs, liver,
レバー好きです。
lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart,
君は狂っている。
I am what I am.
私は
And right
私。
now, I'm in control.
lungs.
So, you might want to be a little nicer to me.
She raises one long gloved finger, its tip hovering just over your skin, seeming to enjoy the lingering threat. But she withdraws, sparing you another momentary glimpse of death.
手っ取り早く君を、これは選ぶんじゃダメな気がする。これ、
Like
あ
I
なたたち
said,、I am what I
私たち、
am. It's not my fault that you can't handle
あ、
being
勝
around
手
me.
に、よしそろそろ外に出ますか、一緒に。一緒に外へ出るが2種類ある。分かった。君の勝ちだ。ちょっと少しでもプリンセスの気分を上げるためにこっちにしてみようかな。
What? No!
And you come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving.
Eh?
And,
Do you think you can just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
shit.
Shit.
With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Come along now.
あ、
You don't want to be
ちゃんと
stuck
プリンセス
down
らしい。
The princess glides onto the stairs and beckons you to follow. If only you had a weapon, this would be the perfect opportunity to use it. But we don't. We've already made our choice. We can still grab it on the way out. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle
確かに
the
拾えるけ
suggestions
れ
for
ど
the
も
time being. Just focus on keeping us alive. Right. Heart, lungs, liver,
プリンセスに続いて階段を上がる。
You step onto the basement stairs, following the princess as she ascends. Pins and needles punctuate your every step, an uncomfortable and constant reminder of your mortality. Is this really worth it? At least it's a choice. That doesn't justify anything. A terrible choice is still terrible.
Make sure you keep up. We wouldn't want you to fall.
As if acting on instinct, you crane your neck and look behind you. There is nothing there.
何もなかった。
The princess reaches the top of the stairs.
ちょっとここの顔可愛いかも。
Her head twists back in your
Oh.
direction, watching you with dead eyes as the way out creaks open. Don't forget that your pristine blade is still on the other side. You can still make this right.
でもどう見てもこのプリンセス、刃物を刺さらなそうなんですけど、パッていきそう。
There's no harm in us having a weapon. All it does is give us more options, and we are dangerously low on those right now. Have you considered that maybe you could operate the autonomic nervous system for a bit? Everyone is trying to manipulate us, and I can only do so many things at once to keep us alive. Heart. Liver?
Liver?
Your body seizes violently as you regain consciousness on the floor of the cabin. No,
なんか下に変なことした。
You're doing it all wrong. You're supposed to do it like this. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves, heart.
そうですね。物理向こうついてそうですね。反射する、姫なら反射もしかねない。
There we go. Back with me where you belong. I thought you might have decided to break yourself just to spite me. It's better for you that you didn't. Now we can get back to business. For starters, we won't need this where we're going.
ちゃんとナイフの方を見て。
The princess plucks the blade from the floor and tosses it through the door behind you. It vanishes into the inky black of the basement, never to be seen again. Guess we're not stabbing her in the back. I guess not. I'm going to fix myself a stiff drink. I'm about to watch you hand the world.
ナレーターそんな余裕のある状況で見たの？
I'd rather not be sober.
And now you open the door.
There's nothing else for us to do.
イエーガーマイサーっていうちょっと強いお酒がおすすめなんですけども外に出る。
The doorknob twists in your hand.
この世界に恐怖を解き放つ。
Beyond the cabin. You bastard.
You bastard!
You've actually delivered everyone nerves.
It's so beautiful.
破壊するのが楽しみでちゃう。
To ruin it. But it's so cold too.
あれ
Itching against my skin.
あらたまらず垂れ込んだ。
Why is it so cold?
なぜこんなに寒いの？あ、回収された。そろそろこう出るときだ。記憶が戻る。
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And there's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
怖がるのは無理ない。君にとっては俺でも意味するから、でも僕にとってはそうじゃない。
What is that supposed to mean? Whatever awful thing I felt before, it feels
さ
so
らに
much worse.
彼は前世
Just ourselves.
ずっと同じことを繰り返していることについても正確には同じじゃないですけどもことを知っているんですね。プレイヤーと同じ視点を持ってるんですね。鏡に近づく。自分の姿を見つめる。彼らになかった。鏡はいつも彼らを払う。あなたはそこに何が映っているかを見る必要がある。あなたは無だ。いや、正しくない。あなたが無であるはずはない。もう一度しっかり覗き込む。するとそこには影に包まれた姿がうっすらと見えた。なんか、骨っぽいような、カラスっぽいような。あんたは僕なのか？
I think you know what I am.
あ。あんたがナレーターか。こうしてお目にかかれるとはね。
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it? You needed help after all.
ナレーターさんなんかギザ場があるタイプの鳥系の人だ。
I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
僕ではないと言ってあんたは何者なんだ。
I'm an echo, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
前にも同じこと言ったな。ナレーターは全て個別の存在だったのか？
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world.
やっぱナレーター知ってんじゃん。
You'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able
以
to
前のよう
work
なレベルは通用しないよ。オプションがありすぎる。クリスさん、山田。
She is the shifting mound,
変化する
ebb and
塊。
flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
あとなんか数回しか聞けない予感がするけれども、オプションがありすぎる。本当に聞きたいことだけなんか。あんたがタイムループのことを知っていたんだな。あんたとは何度もあったが、いつ聞いても全く取れなかった。ないか。なぜ嘘をついてたんだ？
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me. I can tell you for a fact that I'm right.
彼女を滅ぼしたら僕は一人ぼっちなんだろう。なんか難しいですね。なんか言ってることは理解できるんですけども、なかなか飲み込みづらいというか、ナレーターさんは本当はタイムループのことを知っていた。でもそれぞれのバージョンというものがあって、大元の今目の前にナレーターとまたバージョン 1.1 とか 2.1 とかそういう別々のナレーターがいて、タイムループはしていただろうけれども細かいことを知っていたわけではない可能性がある。彼女のいない世界とはどういうものなんだ？
Light, burdenless, an eternal pattern of forgetfulness leading into the joys of rediscovery. Everyone will be with the ones they love. No more fear, no more howling chaos. Just life, forever. There's a cruel irony to it all. The only way I could share my dream with the world was to never be able to see it for myself.
なんかちょっとやばいことも言ってますね。 外は結局、プリンセスを倒しても、世界が、ナレーター視点では平和になる。平和な世界が繰り返されるから。それはなんか誰にとっても正解ではない雰囲気がある。なんだっけ、ほら、山ほどある。だからまだ崩れるな。ああ、一個無駄にした。彼女を滅ぼしたら僕は一人ぼっちなんだろ。
Yes, you will.
その通りだ。
It will all be worth it.
あと数回こそ喧嘩という概念を破壊させるんだ。
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
プリンセスは死という概念なのかな。死という概念を殺させようとしている。彼女を滅ぼすことはなぜ死よりも良いと言い切れる。似たようなものじゃないんか。いや正直死よりも良いことに思える。
When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave.
ああ。最後になりそう。どうやら時間切れのようだ。僕は彼女を倒すつもりはない。あんたが完全に死ぬ前にそれを言っておきな。安心しろ。彼女を滅ぼしてる。嘘。安心しろ。ラブストーリーなので彼女の意見を聞きたいです。
I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
最後のガラス片が吹くだけ散り、あなたはついに自分の姿をはっきり見える。あなたは永遠の後ろ、生まれたばかりの広大な神、いよいよ確定の時が来た。すべてはあなたのだ。神だったのずいぶん弱い神だったんだけど。震災の頃、彼女に泣いた目を持ってくる。確信にたどり着いても、君が目撃すべき。ああ。ちょっとオート一旦切りますね。ああ。ちょっとエッチかもしれないこれ。
It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
僕は永遠の鶴だ。でもそれが何を言ってるかよくわからない。
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
エコーをしてるか、僕たちは話を聞いた？
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
プリンセスとナレーターはもといエコーは完全に対立してるんです。
Ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes.
プリンセスとはもともと一緒だったんですね。
destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning. Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
とことん話をわからない、まだわからないことだらけなんだ。決断する前に答えが知りたい。
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh.
Pretends to protect
Uh-uh.
us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a body. To fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known. But losing a body is contained within
ナイトメアの方
Losing
プリンセス
status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious. It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless impermanence of all things strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that,
なんか一瞬映った主人公、ケモ耳ありましたね。僕は僕で使わない。
But violence is defined the flow of everything between us. Do not deny what we are, and do not color our conflict with fear.
ああ。
Blades catch you from boundless angles. You are a body. You are gory ribbons. You are a body again. And you feel all of it. On it goes until your bodies are not your thoughts, are not you. Alive, dead, alive, dead, alive, dead, then alive and dead, and alive and dead, all at once. You learn to put yourself away, and in your stillness you humbled me. You died countless steely deaths, and you lived countless short lives.
これ
And yet it was all so
選択した順番も覚えてるっていうの
far.
と
Pushed you to a greatness you never would have reached
最後
without
の
me.
方から順ですよね、これ。風をかの難しいを襲った。兵を送った。それがなければ決して遠すぎなかったであろう偉大な姿に押し上げた。器に調節異回数はまだ次彼女の見方を否定する。僕はどう感じるかは関係ない。死、苦しみ、忘却を他の人に与えてはいけないんだ。もし僕たちが死を克服できるなら、死によって影響を受けた人たちの面倒見なきゃ。
Their suffering is born of their own delusion.
To question everything is to deny the truth in front of you. By believing in your suffering, you make your suffering real. By believing in your limitations, you placed a shackle on your neck. Bound for eternity, we saw the need for impermanence, and it was through that need that you carved our freedom. Without impermanence, the suffering of living things is
なんか
infinite.
ヘイトが低いプリンセスの文字はかなり白いですよね。
And leave everyone to suffer.
赤くない。こっちかな、やっぱり。ずっと、ボスバトルで行きたい。妄想の中で生まれた苦しみだって苦しいものはやっぱり苦しい。今がどうだろうと関係ない。僕たちは互いを傷つけ合った。そんなことするべきじゃなかった。そんな痛みから世界を作り出すわけにはいかない。
The echo saw horrors because his eyes were closed. majesty of being extends beyond any single perspective. Your love has
泣いてる。
into your body, and another, and another, and another.
お、また一本。
Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go? Love melted into skepticism, and you pulled back layer after layer after layer, until all you were left with was the knowledge that you did not know me. You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it, now that it is within your grasp?
まだこれかな。続き、彼女の見方を引きずる。いや、物質的な現実の苦しみを共有しているのに、物質的な現実の価値観やルールに頼っている。僕らはもっとマシな道を選べるはずだ。
I reject the narrow view of impermanence. I cling to nothing. There is no better us for us to be than us. We are reality itself.
Ah.
Is the person? Is it their body? Is it all of their body? Pluck the eyes, peel the skin, strip the tendons, mince the meat, grind the bones.
一番最初の最初姫
It's
だ。
all gone. You still have who you started with. A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that feel it.
あれ文字のを見ると、一番最初の、殺意を向けまくった姫、意外とヘイトが低い。まだ続きでする。君が滅びれば存在する意味がなくなるというけど、僕が存在に悪影響を与えることができるなら、良い影響だって与えられるはず。完璧って最終的な結果だ。でも終わりのあるものはない。ちょっと何を言ってるかわからない。
There has never been finality. There is only the unending transformation of my multitudes. But to destroy me is to bring everything to a stop. It is only then that you will have an ending. And that ending is nothingness.
天と戦いが人なのと、現実は触れながら身を引いた。
You are unmovable. Is it by the design of our conflict that I cannot win? Or are you just that fervent in how you cling to delusion? Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
ありのままの。なるほど。プリンセスを倒すがまだある。でもまだちょっとオプション。ここを出たらどうなると思う？
This universe dies, and a new one is born.
あららら。
And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
なんか、イザナギとイザナミみたいな話にもなってきてますね。なんか、二人とも死の象徴であり、死そのものであり、生そのものであるみたいな、そんな感じ。死馬神ってこと。破壊であり創造すると。ちょっと自分でも何言ってるか分かんなくなってきた。どうしよう。 でも、ここは、皆を幸せるわけにはいかないんだ。プリンスを倒す。君がいるって言われた。存在する意味を保つのに十分なだけの君が、それがしないと信じることにする。より良い世界のために行かなくちゃ。本当にごめん。君はほとんど倒すじゃないですか。よくそのだ。君を存在するわけにはいかない。答えが何なのかわからないが、他にあるはずだ。俺のはずがない。殺しはしないが自由にもできない。なんか、今、そうですね。結局、自分もプリンセスも神だったので、どうしても神話的になってますよね。一度、まずオプション。客観的に見ることができるって島にいるなら、真の貫くのは簡単だ。
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
ほう。一言で終わった。なるほど。すみません。目薬を足します。OK。じゃあ、そうですね。今までプレイをしてきて、ちょっと自分の気持ちに一番素なのはどれかっていうのを選びましょうか。まあ、主人公らしすぎるのはこれかな。僕の中には君がいるって言われた。存在する意味を保つのに十分なだけの君が、それが真実だと信じることにする。これかな。おいすいません。違う。でもここでセーブできるのは熱いかも。これだな。
Then destroy me if you're able. But I will not coddle you in my final moments. I will not yield to your delusion without a vicious struggle.
You don't have to face her alone.
勇者。何でしたの？
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
君の声を聞いてどれほど嬉しいかきっとわからないだろう。
After all the times you told me that mirror was going to kill me, I'm genuinely surprised you missed me. But we don't have to get into all that. I'm here now. That's what matters. Seems like you've been doing alright on your own, but I don't think you can strike a decisive blow from out here. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she? Let's make this quick. Are you ready?
Ready. 覚悟はできてる。
Then let's go. だんだん出来上がっていきましたね、世界が。 And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need
外
me
が
to describe things?
彼女でぎっしりだ。あれだ、本当に消滅したの？
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was left of him, I don't think it could handle you waking up to godhood. Pretty sure he got obliterated.
僕と君の二人だけ？他にこの小屋にたどり着いた人は？
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
なるほど。 とみっちりですね。いつなんかガシャーンって言われてきて中に来てもわかんない。おかしいね。あいつは僕たちをこんなひどい目に遭わせた。だからとちょっと悲しいんだ。
Is that why you want to see this through and slay her?
もし提案が有効なら、この回について説明してもらえるかな。昔なじみよしみで。
Yeah, of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's a cabin, yeah? There isn't much here, just a table and a knife and a door. And some windows. There's no mirror, either. I think you broke it. And I know I've already mentioned it, but if we want to see this through, we're gonna need that blade.
刃物を持っていく。
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not. The stairs. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first time we heard her voice?
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing. Only she didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You're going to do it then, aren't you? You're really going to kill me. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
少し話す。いっぱいある。神になりたくはない。
Honestly, me neither.
君は外の君と同じなのか？
No. I feel like I'm myself again.
ではない。誰も傷つけたくない。これを抜き出す方法があるはずだ。
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out? What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened. Make me send us back to the beginning, before we woke up. Before either of us saw the truth.
Can she really do that? Are you sure that's what you want?
ただリセットすればみんなのためになるのか。つまり外の人たちのために君が存在している限り苦しみ続け苦しみ続けるんじゃないか。君のことを忘れたくない。どうせ二人ともまたここに戻ってくる。今ここで話していることもうすでにやってみたことがあるかもしれない。こんなフェアじゃない。僕と君をもう一人になりたくないんだ。他に方法はないか。全部端くにいますよ。全部嫌だし。まだ同意は簡単にはできない。彼女の言うリセットは一時的なものですね、結局また同じことを繰り返して同じ話になって同じ結論を出すかもしれないし。今ここで話していることもうすでにやってみたことがあるかもしれない。これなんかちょっと違う気がするな。これだな、一番近いの。どうせ二人ともまたここに戻ってくるだけだ。
And if we do, nothing is stopping us from making the same choice. We could just keep doing this forever.
ちょっと違うけどこれも。
That's sweet. But unless you do, the whole world ends, right? Not like I care, but it seems important to you.
このこの姫の口調はなんか結構乱暴なのがいいですね。他に方法はちょっと他人頼りすぎるけど。
You brought that knife down here for a reason. Either you use it to kill me, or I use it to put things back. 全部白紙もなんですよ。こんなの嫌だし、君を殺したいわけでもない。今更神になりたいって言っても手遅れかな。それはなんか違う。こんなのフェアじゃない。僕は君とここにいたい。もう一人にはなりたくないんだ。 Neither do I. But we won't be alone for long. I'll be right here, waiting for you.
姫の計画同意するかどうしよう。ただ無限のループはなんかあんまり本当いい選択肢だとは思えない。なのでごめん、それはできない。
You and me both. Whatever world you want to build without me, I hope it works out. Despite our differences, I've always loved you, and I wish you nothing but the best.
後先をする間にプリンセスが消えていた。彼女が置いていった形見は、君の心の境界線に押しかかる、ちょっとした悲しさだけだった。別離は辛いものだった。君は彼女の一部を背負い、彼女は君の一部を背負った。もう以前とは何もかも違う。だが何もないわけではない。
She's gone. And I don't think she's coming back. Is that a metaphor, or are you being literal? It doesn't matter, we don't need to linger down here anymore. Let's get going.
部屋を出る。テストを後にした。次に階段を上り、そして小屋を出た。
It's quiet here.
小屋の外の道と森には未知の可能性がある。でもそのさらに先にはもっと可能性が広がっている。努力が実ったんだ。死に怯えるこの、ことのない世界を実現させたんだ。ああ、そうなってしまうのか。まあでもそうだよな。ナレーターの言う通りになってしまったのだな。自分を解放する。古代の生き物の体が冬眠から覚めた。かつて想像もできなかった手足の感覚。この全ては君だ。君も感じてるはずだ。自分の翼が宇宙のように大きいことを。なのにねじれ、潰れ、普通に満ちた力で限りある現実世界に拘束されている。ガラスのような構造があらゆる角度とあらゆる側面から君を閉じ込め、圧迫していることに気づいているからだろう。君は壁を押し返し、全力で抵抗する。でも、それはビクともしない。
He's gone. She's gone. No one is left to trap us here but us.
心を開き、自分が切り開いた新たな世界をしっかりと見つめる。長い間解けなかった緊張が一気に解けた。そして砕け散った。君は自由だ。 目の前には無限に広がる絶対的な現実が広がっている。新たな絶対的な現実だ。君の強い意志、そして数えきれないほど繰り返した地染めの戦いを乗り越えて手に入れることができた。この新たな世界ではもう血を流すことはない。
We didn't forget what you told us. You thought we'd be gone. Thought you could taunt us with death. We never left. We've just been quiet, hiding somewhere else. But we don't need to be quiet any longer.
We're the house now. We get to make the rules. And I'm not sure you'll like those new rules.
You should never make assumptions about things you don't know, like whether or not the voices in your head will be gone for good. Torturer. And to think I thought we could rely on you. Can't even trust ourselves. This is going to be fun, isn't it?
Slaying our beloved and threatening us with damnation.
There's no good ending for you.
You all need to lighten up. Telling us we were going to die was funny. I'm not sure they agree with you. Voices get around. Knives out, boys. It's time to get to work.
プリンセスを倒し、その過程で新たな敵を作るという実績が解除されました。一番自分の気持ちに正直には言ったんですけども、ナレーターの思惑通りですよね。これはちょっと他の選択肢もやらせてください。これさすがに全部はやらないんですけれども、全部は多分で、実はバットに変化と死を否定しちゃいましたからね。そうですね。結局はなんか自分が新たなプリンセスの位置になったような、こんな感じなのかな。そういうなんか神プリンセスを一部取り込んでますからね。私にゲームを完了する。良い結末は不可。ギャラリーをアンロックしました。メインメニューとゲームの記憶タブから表示することができます。ただ発見してない器や、シーンを見つけるに役立つがかりますです。続きお楽しみください。急に。プレイリストを作るとポッドキャストスポーティファイが開かれました。ちょっと閉じますね。最後は完全にメインメニューに戻る。ロードゲーム。ちょっとプリンセスと仲良くしましょう。この時点のプリンセスの計画に乗っかるっていうのもありなんですよね。決して君とは戦いたくなかった。でもどうやってこう出るんだ。
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you.
自分を解放する。 あ、これはなんかプリンセス、
I love you.
ここ翻訳しないのセンスがあるよ。確かに申し訳出たラブ要素ではあるけども、あ、君は自由だ。そして彼女が君と一緒にいる。
It's magnificent.
絶対的な現実を説明する言葉で必要はない。ただ単に存在するものだからだ。今度は何が起きるんだ。
Everything.
何かも
Just
これまでも
like it
これからも
always
ずっ
has
と
been.
無限の領域に踏み出す。君と彼女は幾千の夜明けという日に向かって一歩踏み出した。同じ日などない無限の可能性と変化が待ち受ける毎日に向かって。君は存在している。そのことを自覚している。これまでと同じように、そしてこれからも同じように。争うことは君の本質だ。だが、君たち二人は決して一人ではない。恐れを知ることもない。君と彼女はついに自分の居場所にたどり着いたのだ。結末はない。新たな始まりがあるだけ。ここはちょっと飛ばさせてもらって、メインメニューに戻りまして、あと1個エンディング見たらやめときましょう。あと1個見たいエンディングは、そう、途中までは同じ選択します。
You don't have to face her. I don't think that's wrong, but I'm not sure. It seems like you've been doing all right on you. There's still a piece of me.
It's time to resume.
She's relentless, isn't she? I'm going to take that as a yes. Don't think any of the others have forgotten what you said at the mirror, but we can discuss that later. Do you...
ここで刃物を持っていかないっていう選択肢もあるのか、そっか、ちょっとセーブです。刃物を持っていかず、地下室に行く。あ、刃物を持って地下室に行くか。どうしよう。プリンセスの計画に同意するつもり満々でいたんですけれども、途中までは同じ事態に刃物を持っていきます。
That's probably for the best. It's always seemed to give us more options than not.
あとなんか YouTube のコメント欄がバグってる。もしくはワンコミくんがバグってる。The two halves of a got together. わかんない。地下室へ行きます。
The stairs.
We both know.
It sounded just... And
ちょっ
down
と
we
飛
go.
ばしますね。
We shouldn't keep her waiting.
And there you are, knife in hand. That sight brings me back. You'll have all of eternity to yourself after this. Why don't we chat a little before I go?
一緒に座る。赤だからこれ、フリーショットと。 誰も傷つけたくない。これを抜け出す方法があるはずだ。
Well, I don't want to be at the end of that knife, so how about we figure something out?
考えてみないか？
What if we tried doing this forever? I can do whatever you think I can, right? So, make me put it all back. Make me fix the Echo's construct and make me wipe our memories of everything that's happened.
これはさっき聞いたので、どうしましょ
She
うか。
really do that?
これもちょっと聞いてみたいな。
Yeah, I think it's too late for that. But maybe next
も
time.
しかしたら次回に。ああ、まあ、プリンセスの作戦でいけば次回できるかもねっていう。よし、それなら、やろう。自分たちを信じよう。彼女の作戦に同意する。
Okay, if this is your choice, then I have your back. I guess I'll see you on the other side. She takes the blade from our hand, a fondness in her gaze.
愛してる。
Oh, I love you too.
You're on a path. You're here to.
ああ、こうなるのか。ちょっと厳しさを返すはちょっと違う気するんだけど。ので、Don't take the knife. ああ、リクエストがありましたので、そうしてみますね。最後だと思ったみたいですけども、ちょっとリクエストをいただいたからには、Don't take the knife. Okay. To unlock the
No blade it is. Have you given up on slaying her?
気持ちは嬉しいんですけれども、ちょっとあれですね。いつかは試して道でしょうけど、
The first time we heard her voice.
ちょっと
We both know why you're here. You don't have to draw it out for my sake.
It sounded just like that. A little sharp, a little menacing.
ヒントが大きすぎる
She
かも。
didn't know us. And down we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting.
ありがとうございます。善意ではあるだろう
And
から。
there you are, hands empty.
これが通じてるか
But
どう
here,
か
I
わ
thought
かり
you
ません
wanted to
が。
kill me. Are you getting cold feet? Are you trying to give me a fighting chance? Maybe there's still room for us to chat before the final curtain call. What do you say?
一緒に座る。
Right back at you. In a way, it hasn't been much time at all, but it feels like it's been forever since I've seen you. Thanks for coming back. The first time we met, I literally beat you to death with my bare hands. You don't have to apologize to me. But still, I appreciate it. And I hope you can also forgive me.
You know, when she puts it like that.
いいね、なりたい。
Doesn't matter what we call ourselves. It's just another label, and I don't think labels have ever helped us. All they do is cram us into boxes where we don't fit. Just like this cabin.
確かに強い、いい拳でしたね。良い思い出。もうなんか、マウント取られてバッキバキでしたからね。
I don't know. I'm a part of her, I think. But she's seen so much more than we have. Like she's seen everything, right? I don't think I could hold all of that without losing myself. I don't think you could either. I never had one. And do not call me the shifting mound. It's too much. But I've always been a princess to you, right? So why don't we stick with that? And as for you, well, hero works for me.
Hero?
But that's me. You know, I think I like that.
I'm the same princess that's been with you since the beginning. And I feel real. But I also feel like I'm a lot more than I was then. We've been through a lot together. I don't think there's anything more real than that. No, it really wasn't. But just because it hasn't been fair doesn't mean that it hasn't been worth it. I'm really glad I got to know you.
このオプションが相反するんですよね。本当は君を倒したくなかった。でも君の存在のせいで世界が滅亡するのは嫌だったんだ。
You were the one who decided to come down here without a weapon. So, what's your plan?
So, what's your plan?
I don't think she's the sort of thing you can really disagree with. It doesn't matter if she's right or wrong because she exists. She's this big, unrelenting force, and there's no arguing with her. But I guess that was the question out there, wasn't it? And it was the question before you came down here, too. Should she get to exist? I'm glad you didn't bring that knife with you. And like I said earlier, I don't really want to be her. I think I just want to be me.
Yeah, I'm happy not to be everything. Just being us is plenty.
残された唯一の選択肢はここを出ていくことだけだ。
Do you know where this cabin is? Because I don't. I don't even know what's supposed to be outside other than us. What would even happen if we leave? What would that even mean?
まず彼女の手を取る。一旦それぞれの選択肢読み上げますね。わからないけど、いつも君と一緒にここを出たいと思ってた。ただ神になるのが嫌だったんだ。あの公園ドアを今の僕たちのままの姿で出てきたい。君と僕の二人だけで。わからないことさせほしいんだ。外の世界のことはよく知っていたけど、こんなのは初めてだ。だから知りたいんだ。何が起ころうと、それが何を意味しようが関係ない。大事なのは、ここを一緒に出ていこうということだ。僕の望みはそれだけだ。言葉にする必要はない。彼女と一緒にこう出る。ロマンチックなのはこれかな。わからないこそ欲しいんだ。ああ
I guess when you put it that way, I want that too.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you.
今までずっとありがとう。
Don't mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
プリンセスと一緒に去る。階段を一歩一歩登っていく。以前は暴力、話し声、そして様々な思惑で溢れていたこの空間に心地よい静寂が満ちている。だが、静寂の中にも情熱という活気があった。未知への期待感で溢れていた。階段を登り切ったところでプリンセスは立ち止まった。小屋のドアをじっと見つめている。窓の外がなんか変わりましたね。なんか、 可愛らしかったですね、プリンセス。さっきのシーン。スクショちょっと撮りたかったんですけど。ダメでした。彼女の手が君の手のひらで震えている。長く短いせいで初めて彼女は自分に自信が持てなくなったのだ。彼女にはもう演じなければならない役割はない。そのことを分かっているはずだ。それでもまだ彼女は彼女のままだ。そして彼女は部屋を横切ると外に通じるドアに向かった。興奮気味に君を引っ張りながら。
This is it. I have no idea what it's going to be like out there. Not that I'm scared or anything. It's exciting, really. Anything could happen. And if it's bad, then it won't be bad. Not with you. I love you too. But I'm trying not to be sappy about it. Don't make me get all emotional.
二人で。これから何が起こるんだ？そう、こっから先は何が起こるかわからないんですよね。誰にも。でもこの BGM がめちゃくちゃハッピーエンドを表してるから、よしエンディングラブこのエンディングに導いてくれてありがとうございますね。Thank you, read this ending for me. わかんないけど。通じてるといいけど。なんか、心置きなくパチパチできる、確かにそういうエンディングですね。パチパチありがとうございます。今回というか、自分のプレイでは、これを最後のエンディングとして、プレイザプリンセス、終わりにしたいと思います。クロスどうなんだろう。あ、なるほどね。ここの会社の前の作品のリンクを Steam で開かれましたね。メインメニューに戻ってよく森子屋。お前たち二人が永遠に完成できないのよとやる。なんかすごい触れ上がっている。ああ、手がちょっと違いますね。確かに膨れ上がってる。干からびている。あなたは、白骨化かなこれ。器多いですね。塔の乙女。記念が生まれたら忠誠心を示しなければいけない。なるほどな。神を倒す。これはあれですね。 1周目の時の、2番目とかに出てきたやつですね、確か。グーパン。刃の乙女。囚人、乙女。他人への無条件の刑事。ちょっと多いかも。対等な戦いの相手に出会う。やっぱこれ主人公が手も耳あるのがいいっすね。おう。急に白い画面が来て、目がびっくりしちゃった。よし。というわけで、まだまだ遊べそうです、このゲーム。配信ではちょっとここまでにしておきますけども。というわけで、皆様、本当にここまでお付き合いいただきましてありがとうございました。お耳ありの個人的にポイント高い。いいですよね。お耳があって、ただなんか手は爬虫類っぽくて、でも鳥の羽があってっていう結構なキメラな彼ですよね。ちょっとどっかで忘れてた。ずっとこの画面にしとくとまたびっくりが来ちゃうから、ちょっとこの画面にしときますね。なかなかの大ボリュームですね。確かに獣欲張りセットですね。いやでもこれだけなんか充実してたら確かに圧倒的好評もうなずけますね。まだ見ないエンディングで、エンディングリストってあるかな。エンディングリストはそうですね。この画面が安牌かな。プリンセスみたいにいろんなものになれるってことかな。なるほど。その解釈はいいですね。好みのタイプのプリンセスが必ず見つかりそう。君はどのプリンセスがお好み？乙女を見つける。何て見つける。囚人を見つける。亡霊の乙女。刃の乙女。じゃあ武器を持ってないとは言ってしないか。塔の乙女を見つめる。これですよね、最初のは。で、これが強かった乙女。ビーストを見つける。というわけで、ここまでご視聴いただきありがとうございました。そして、遅刻して大変申し訳ございませんでした。 本当に。最後にお疲れ様、おつらいかなどおっしゃっていただいた方の、読み上げさせていただいて終わりにしたいと思います。じゃあ、少し感想をもうちょっとお話ししてするため、戦争ゲームの方で終了しちゃおう。なかなか世界観が最後途中まで難しかったんですけれども、最後の方でやっといい感じのそうですね、ラブストーリーというより創世神話、確かに神話の毛色が神話としてのなんか側面が強かったですね。まさかただ、姫を倒すためを始末するだけの物語がこうなるなんて。言っちゃったのはお疲れだったかもしれない。しゃあないです。お気遣いいただきありがとうございます。いや、結構、あれなんですよね。ギリギリまで何かできないかってはしたんですけども。なんか、そうしてたら、言っちゃっておりました。そうですね。壮大なラブストーリーでした。神と神のラブストーリーですからね。個人的にこれなんかサクサクとどんな他の姫見つけていきたいですね。あとどんなもっといいラブストーリーとかもあるかもしれないですしあと主人公くんの彼の姿をはっきり見たい仮面をしてる自分が言うのもなんですけれども、いやなんとか見れないものかな。獣の欲張りセットだからすごい気になるんですよね。ではsorry for only writing in English. OK. No problem. というわけでお読み上げさせていただいて終わりにしたいと思いますね。ケモくて可愛いんだろうななんか顔はなんか犬型っぽそうでしたもんね。耳の様子を見るに。顔は耳、肩らへんは鳥、腕は爬虫類。いや、気になるな。キメラ Vtuber の方って見たことない気がするし、いるかな？いるだろうな、でも。ファンアートでありそうだな。ちょっと探してみるか。想像の余地があるのはまた行くよ。そうですね。というわけで、お疲れ様。お読み上げさせていただきますね。それでは、翼さん、明けとらさん、岡林さん、ザックさん、ビウルさん、オータムさん、ジョーさん、ひないさん、カディスさん、お疲れ様、おつらいか、ありがとうございました。そして、改めてスーパーチャットいただいたハイチーさん、ハロウィンということでありがとうございます。確かになんか、このゲームのおかげでいい感じに不気味な夜を過ごせましたね。滑舌、頑張ります。So, bye bye, I'm late for university. Bye bye, thank you. では、配信も終わりたいと思います。本当に、遅刻してすいませんでしたと。そして、良い世界観のゲーム、ぐるぐるさん、やかさんこんばんはということでありがとうございます。でもすいません、たって今本当に終わるとこだったんです。終わるところで、お疲れ様の読み上げも終わったところなんですね。というわけで、ごめんなさい。また、来ていただけると嬉しいです。それでは、またどこかでお会いしましょう。